How's it going, everyone? I feel like this is one of those things where if you've been playing the game for a while, you've probably got an understanding of how this works, but if you're just getting started and you're maybe at Emerald Lake or something like that and making your way through Fishing Planet, this is valuable information, and that is, how do you know what sort of gear to bring with you when you go to a new location? You know, are you having to look this up on YouTube every time? Is there some magical guidebook that should be telling you what to bring, or is there something in Fishing Planet that will tell you what you should be bringing with you? Well, it's a mixture of things, guys, and I'm going to help you figure that out. So make sure you hit that like button, pack your tackle boxes if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Alrighty, so here we are at the main menu right now. Obviously, we're about to go to the Congo, but to tell you what, maybe you're getting ready to go to Mudwater, and you're wondering what sort of gear you should be bringing with you, what you should be preparing for. St. Croix, Neherin, Blue Crab, doesn't matter. This works with every different map. It's a combination of things, okay, guys, and it all goes together, and you're going to be hitting yourself on the head afterwards once you realize what's going on. The first thing, Blue Crab, for instance, if you're wondering what sort of bait to be bringing with you, what sort of lures, that sort of thing, look through the fish. You can go on here, you can see American gizzard shad, bloodworms, pinkies, flies, buffalo. It tells you the preferred baits that they like. You get into certain fish and you'll have baits and you'll have lures. That way you can go back to the shop, you can go, oh, medium spoons, go over into lures, go down to spoons, and go over into the medium spoons, and look and see what sort of sizes they have available. As far as the size of the spoon, hard to say at this point. You can try to base it off the weight of the fish and hope that there's some sort of correlation there, but I would just bring a range of them with you when you go out to a place. And if you are catching, you know, trophy after trophy after trophy and you're not catching any uniques, go up a hook size. If you're catching lots of small fish and you're using a 6/0 hook or something like that, the game might be telling you that you're using too large of a hook, so go down. It's just a way, they have little things in the game that tell you that you're using too large of a hook or you're using too small of a hook, and sometimes it can be confusing, but it's really very straightforward. If you're catching small fish, it either means you're using too large of a hook or you're using too small of a hook, and so you can look at your hooks and tell. Are you using a number 1? Probably using something that's too small. Are you using a size 7? Might be using something too big. And if you're using something in between, say you're using a 1/0 or something like that, and you're catching a mix of normals and trophies, go up to a 2/0. Are you catching trophies more often, or are you catching a unique yet still not catching a unique? Go to a 3/0. And that's how you can kind of determine what hooks to use, as well as the lures that you should use when you go to these locations. Now, as far as rods and reels go, there's two different things you can tell. First off, Blue Crab Island, level 54, okay? What are we gonna bring with us to Blue Crab Island, right? We just hit level 54. What is available at level 54? Go in the shop, go over to level 54 and see what there is. Excel Spinner, 4,000, Power Grab, 7,000, 70.5 pound reel. If you are unlocking this gear at level 54, the game is obviously intending for you to use it at this location. They wouldn't just give you this stuff and just be like, oh, willy-nilly, you should use this at Mudwater. This is specifically unlocking in the game right now for you to use a blue crab. That's what's intended. And the stuff at 56, probably very similar. You know, you're fishing a blue crab and you finally get to 56, well, buy that Selvastar 6000, go out there and use it. That's a good way of finding out what you should be using, but in case that doesn't give you enough information, maybe you're confused on how the weight of the fish translates to the reels and that sort of thing. A 70.5 pound reel, does that mean you can only catch fish up to 70.5 pounds? No, it does not. It does not mean that. And the way you can check that is go over into your leaderboard, go over into the fish, go down to location and go to Blue Crab Island, and what you'll find is you've got lots of different fish here. Unique tarpon up to 154 pounds. 70.5 pound reel is like less than half of that weight, but that's what you're going to be using to bring them in. So obviously it's working. It's going to work easier on a boat. When you're fishing for those tarpon, you can be drug around a little bit more, and maybe if you're doing it from the shoreline, you won't be able to do it. I don't know. I've never been in that situation before, but if you're going to be doing this, this is a great way to do it. And sometimes, let's use another location as an example. Let's go to Everglades? Everglades, great example here. We went to Everglades. Oh, terror tarpon. Should we adjust our Everglades loadout for the terror tarpon? No, monster fish. We don't have to worry about a monster fish when we're going to the Everglades for the first time. Go in here, go to a fish that's not a monster fish. Maybe you're thinking about going after largemouth bass. 12.5 pounds right there. And even then, a 12+ pound bass is gonna be like 1 out of, I don't even know, 250 bass or something like that. You really don't have to worry about it. And so if you've got a 12 to 14 pound rod and reel, which if we look at the Everglades, you can go check out the Everglades. Level 18, what is available around level 18? Well, we can see here, let's go over to 18. We got the Helios, that's a bait, well, that's a bait coin reel there. 10.5 pounds, 11 pounds, 8.5 as we go down to 17, 10.5. I mean, those are decent reels that you could easily reel in a 12.5 pounder. I will say when it comes to some of the fish that fight a lot, that recovery on the reel is going to mean a lot. Can you pick up that line that they're dragging out and then they come right back to you? Are you going to be able to handle that? Recovery is a much overlooked stat there, but you can see it right underneath the ratio. Recovery 27.5, 21.5. That's a lot different than 47 on the old tuber or something like that. You know, when people see me reeling in those pike with not very strong reels at St. Croix, it's the reason I'm able to do it is because they take out a lot of line, and then I'm trying to reel them back in while I can reel in 49 inches with every turn. And that's a lot. That's a lot of line. That can keep up with whatever. It might even keep up with the salmon at Canete Creek. But I hope now, if you're looking at different maps, if you've unlocked Falcon Lake for the first time at level 14, or White Moose Lake, or Canete Creek, or even, I don't know, the freaking Congo River, at least you'll be able to use some of those techniques. Level 75, look at the gear at level 75. Go into the fish species, see what sort of preferred baits they have, what sort of preferred lures they have. Go into the leaderboards and see what sort of fish are popping up there and how much they weigh, so that you get an idea of how strong of rods you'll need to bring. Usually it works opposite than what you'd think. You might be thinking, oh, well, I'll need to, you know, look and see how strong of rods I'll need to get the strongest rod that I need to go after those fish. Usually it's the opposite. You know, you can only use the strongest rods that you have available in the store. You know, I've only got rods up to, you know, the 11 Impulsion, 11,000, I guess, reels, not rods. I can't bring a stronger reel even if I wanted to at that point. But if I'm fishing for an elephant fish, or whatever, what is this? Yeah, an elephant fish, you know, oh, am I going to want to bring a 72-pound rod for this guy? Probably not, because the elephant fish only goes to 4.7, so I can bring a 15-pound rod and it would be just fine, you know? So it works opposite. Usually you're thinking, oh, I'm going to have to see, you know, what strongest rod I can bring with me. Well, usually you're going to bring the strongest rod that you can buy from the store. What you're going to be looking at in the leaderboard is how much the fish weigh, so that you can bring a more realistic rod to go for some of the fish around your fishing location. But I hope that makes sense for all of you out there. I hope it helps you out if you're just completely lost about what to bring with you to every location. Hopefully throughout this 10-minute rant here, you've figured it out and you've clicked probably before this point. But if you have made it this far, I'd love to hear, oh, I don't know, it's almost Christmas time, or the holiday season. What is a gift you're looking forward to getting this holiday season? Would love to hear it, everyone. Anyway, take care. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already for more videos in the future. We'll see you in the next video, and if you want to join us at our live streams every Monday, Wednesday, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Central, make sure you do so. Would love to have you all. Everyone, it is a blast to have everyone chatting all on a Monday or Wednesday night. I really enjoy it. But until the next episode, everyone, take care, and as always, remember, everyone, we're one planet, one family, game on.